hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.
My name is Ahmad Shakaraki, and on Street Talk, what we do, we talk about things that happen here in Michigan, the U.S., and abroad. We deal with political, social, and economics. Now, joining me tonight,
Dennis Burnside.
Charles Thomas.
Paget Maynard.
we got a lot to cover, man.
My God.
But I think last night's big political event was the Stormy Daniels interview on 60 Minutes. I think that was fairly earth-shattering. It didn't have some of the panache and some of the big explosions that people are looking for. I think a lot of people are looking for photos and copies of text and et cetera, et cetera.
That's later.
I think that's exactly. I think that's later. But I think a couple things did come out where she detailed how she was physically threatened. She had a goon walk up to her and tell her that her life or her well-being was in peril if she didn't stop talking about what she knew about Donald Trump. I thought that was pretty interesting, and this whole negotiation or subtle negotiating that's going on between Trump and her just lets you know that Trump is indeed guilty of what she's charging him with. You notice that Trump got a nickname for everybody. Got something to say for everybody. There's two people on earth he don't mess with. He'll talk about his wife, talk about his mama, talk about his kids. He won't talk about Putin.
No.
And he won't talk about this porn star. Stormy Daniels' name does not go across his Twitter feed.
Yeah.
He ain't got nothing to say.
Right.
So that lets me know that there's something
Something
something awry, yeah.
But Trump claimed not to know anything about this. This never happened. I'm going to sue all of them. They're liars. He hasn't sued anybody yet. Except for now, he countersuing Stormy. They want $20 million.
No, he's not countersuing. He's talking smack about countersuing, which is
He-
what he does.
Right.
He said during the campaign he was going to sue all these women. They're all liars. They all lied. All 19 of them, they're liars. I'm going to sue them. As soon as the election's over, he ain't sued anybody. He's a bluffer. And he's also a coward.
Yeah.
But recently there was something where he admitted he was this named person in the Stormy.
Dennison.
Dennison.
Yeah.
And he was suing for some $20 million.
No,
That's the way
said
I
he was
understood it.
suing.
But
He didn't go down to the courthouse and file any papers.
he hasn't done it that.
Because you know what happens, Paget? When you go down there to the court, and see, he likes arbitration, where it's all secret and it's all done with these little hush agreements, and they can set up some little phony corporation to funnel the money through, and you can use aliases like Dennis Dennison and all that kind of stuff. But when you go to court, bruh, that's public.
Yeah.
Anybody can walk in off the street and listen,
Get a
and all
copy.
those records are public records. And what you have is this thing called discovery. And as Trump is laying out all these accusations and he's saying, I want $1 million for each time you lied, they can say, okay, player, all right, open up your books. Let's see what you've been up to. Let's look at what you've been saying, what you've been writing. No, yeah. That's what court is. That's called discovery. Trump ain't going to court, Paget. He's going to court just like me and you going to swim in the summer games in 2018. You think that's going to happen?
On a competitive
But you
level.
know,
Yeah,
the
right,
big-
yeah.
The big thing
Yeah.
about all of that, his attorney said he paid this money out of his pocket.
At first he did.
Yeah.
Now, why would I pay $130,000 for something that didn't happen?
Right.
Trump claimed this never happened.
Right. Yeah.
So why would you pay this money? Then his this girl, his press secretary, said, "Oh well, it already went through arbitration and he won." How could you win something that was not?
Didn't happen.
Right.
It never existed. So why is there an arbitration about it?
Yeah.
On top of that, now, she is going to court. She wants a right to speak. She is not saying she's a victim. She said it point blank. It was consensual. But she has a lot of other stuff. And I tell you, man, her lawyer is doing a master job of lawyering. Leave Trump on the hot seat wondering what else he has.
Yeah.
When it comes down to the need to at the court level, then the rest of the stuff will come forward. And the world will know because Trump will not have an answer.
Right. And the
Trump to Trump.
yeah, the lawyer,
Trump to Trump.
the lawyers, what was it in New York, someplace? Trump, they thought the lawyer wasn't going to let this, and they said no, you know, so he might have to go to court.
Oh yeah.
Trump ain't going to court, man.
No, I'm saying, he he won't go to court, but you know, this judge.
Stormy Daniels may go to court if she doesn't get an agreement for Trump to not hold her to the strict reading of that hush agreement that she signed. It's Peggy Peterson or whatever. She's saying that it's not applicable because Donald Dennison, aka Agent Orange, aka Twitler, aka Donald Trump, never signed it.
Right.
And so, but the Trump people saying, but you took the $130,000, so that executes the contract. So that's where the dispute is going. But when she goes to court and she gets the right to say whatever she wants, and the judge says your agreement, this payoff to be quiet doesn't apply, it's not legally binding. At that time, there's nothing Trump can do but gird his loins and get ready for some.
But she said that she's going to pay the money so she can talk.
Well, if
Yeah,
necessary.
she's willing to
If
pay
necessary.
back.
Yeah, if
She
necessary.
offered that.
But the point is, Trump ain't going to court. That's the last place he wants to be.
Listen,
All
if
he wants to
Trump
do
goes
is
to
hush
court-
her, and if he can't hush her, all he can do at that point is just sit back and get ready for some blows, man.
Yeah.
Whatever she says, you can bet he won't counter it.
No.
If
a
Trump
coward.
goes to court,
Of course.
the problem there is Trump is such a liar. The man is an inveterate liar.
Oh,
He
yeah.
cannot help himself lying.
Yeah.
He has already admitted to lying so many times in deposition.
No, he haven't admitted.
Okay.
But you know,
Well, he did when he was talking
He-
about
yes, he did.
Yeah, he said when he met with the Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
He was saying, "Yeah, I lied. I didn't know. I just said it."
I just said it. I didn't know. Now here
What
it
kind
is.
of president is that?
And
He
you
won't be
gotta get
brief.
a
He won't
skilled
prepare. He goes to the
lawyer.
meeting unprepared. He says,
We'll
just-
read the notes.
Yeah.
he was.
You can have a skilled lawyer questioning this dude about what went down. You know he's going to lie. That's why his lawyers now don't want him to face Mueller.
Yeah.
Because they know he cannot
You'll
go
chew
in
him up.
there and not lie.
That's why Dowd quit. John Dowd quit because he said he
Yes.
doesn't take advice.
Right.
And this
He
other
won't
guy,
follow
the gen-
directions.
the-
And on
the
top of that, he won't
generator,
pay his
whatever
bills.
Yeah.
name is,
Yeah.
he's something or the other. This attorney he brought on the other day, he quit. He didn't even go through with it. He said, I can't work with Trump.
Yeah.
This man, if he ever steps in a courtroom,
He dead meat.
answer worse than dead meat, man. He's
Stinking
ground
dead
meat.
meat.
The thing is that this guy on I think CNBC or some on one of those channels, man, said the man gets up early,
Yeah.
start lying early, and lie.
Tell more lies than most people do all day before breakfast.
Yeah, yeah.
I told you, Ahmad, his name is Lionel. So that has to lie.
I mean, the man just. I mean, but you know, we have to look at it, man.
But how long is this game gonna be played out?
I know.
I'm getting tired of it.
Well, I'm not.
Would you say this is white privilege?
No,
Well-
I think it's a system, man.
Yeah.
He's the most powerful. His office is the most powerful office on the planet.
Okay. Yeah.
And it takes more than the notion to remove somebody. Now, I think what you do have, Chuck, and this goes back to our first discussion, the show we did before, talking about the NRA. The NRA has funneled millions of dollars. Ever since Citizen United, where they said you can make these undocumented
Right.
donations,
Yeah.
they have funneled millions of dollars from Boris and Natasha, AKA the Russians, directly into Republican lawmakers' pockets.
Yep.
And they don't want to give up that money, nor do they want that disclosed. So now you got a problem. You got Trump being controlled by Putin. You've got, and it's obvious, he's an obvious traitor. There's no question about that. Anybody who says that they're not quite sure is not being honest. And you even have people from his own party saying, nah, you can't fire Mueller. You can't do this. That's a deal breaker. That's where you go to impeachment. But to your point, you're frustrated. It's been going on for over a year now, well, about a year now.
Yeah.
Why aren't we at the end? Well, one reason why we're not at the end is we have enough evidence right now of obstruction of justice. We have enough evidence right now of money laundering. We've got that already. Why isn't there an impeachment? Because some of these Republicans, man, are compromised and in a position they can't sing because their business will be put out of the street. But the bigger reason is Mueller is a very meticulous, painstaking investigator, and he's getting it all, bruh.
And he's
And that's
loving
what
it.
I want him to do. So
Me too.
all
When
those
he
people who
moved.
want it done last week, brother, they can wait till next August, as far as I'm concerned. Because I think this is the year. In fact, I think before the month's over, we're gonna see something major. But I want all of it. I want
Pour it out.
I want the money laundering. I want, which is him taking money from Russian oligarchs
Yep.
and selling it real estate for more than it's worth, so they can hide their money. I want all the obstruction of justice stuff, all these lies, because that's going to implicate people like Mike Pence, like Jeff Sessions, like a lot of these Republican Congress people. Get them all.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, man, I want to see all of this illegality he's done on the direct benefit of Putin as a traitor. You know, beyond the money laundering, beyond the obstruction of justice. I want to see him being revealed to be taking orders from Putin. How many times, man, have we seen something happen here or something go crazy with Putin and Trump won't say a word?
No.
He
Well,
won't
you
say a word.
notice-
Let
you
that come out,
notice he
bro.
just-
Ain't no hurry.
You notice he just decided to expel these from the country. What it was, some 60 or something like that, Russians
That was today.
today. That's new. But when I heard it, I raised the question to myself, was this discussed with Putin before?
Thank you.
And we are doing this as a
Yeah.
show. to
Sacrifice.
Say, well,
Yeah.
Lamb.
He's really against Russia.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
The
And
thought
then
occurred to
suddenly
me
now
too,
the
bro.
Russians are now saying, well, we are going to retaliate. When? How?
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Look for the answer.
So you saying that Putin said, go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
Run this plan B.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck, that's the first time he's retaliated against the Russians. You've had brand new sanctions passed against the Russians by a unanimous Congress. Almost all of the Republicans, all of the
Exactly.
Democrats, with the exception of two or three,
only-
said
only two.
we want to levy new sanctions against Russia, and Trump refuses to.
He haven't signed it.
He won't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
And then
that
all
tells
of a
you,
sudden
man, that
now
this
we come-
one that Pat is talking about, when
Yeah.
they kicked out 60 and said some of them were espionage cats,
Yeah.
you can doggone bet you that was negotiated with
Right.
Putin, because
I believe
all of
that.
Europe is outraged and actually doing stuff against Russia because of that agent they poisoned over there in London.
But notice how I was. You just told me.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's now they're expelling these people. They're expelled from the country. They're pushing them out. Oh, because of what happened in England. That's not the truth. He wasn't saying anything about that.
No,
Never said a
no,
word.
no.
But okay, let's tie this and make it look like you're really with them and not with us.
Yeah.
But we know differently and you know differently because the moment you come different from what we say, we're gonna expose you.
Yeah.
And that coward, there's
Yeah.
the word you use.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
coward
Yeah.
will not stand up like
A man,
Right.
a president.
he's a seedless orange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
I think the minute that Boris and Natasha get the inclination that he's not playing
They
along,
can't.
singing the music that they gave him,
Yeah.
they'll expose him.
Yeah.
Because they don't have anything. Because what a lot of people don't realize is, man, there's this thing called the Magnitsky Act, and it was put in place by the Obama administration, and it's hitting them where they live, man.
Oh,
it's
yes.
costing them billions a month. They're hurting. And that's the reason why they were so enthusiastic behind Trump. And that's the reason why on inauguration night, you had Mike Flynn on the phone to Russia
Yep.
while my man ain't even took the oath yet.
Yeah.
Telling them that, yeah, man, those sanctions,
Yeah.
don't worry about it. We got them,
Don't
they're
worry,
gone.
don't worry.
And
We'll take care of
we're
that.
gonna do business with you in a way that's beneficial
Yeah.
to both of us.
Yeah.
He's talking about the United States, he's talking about them.
Them
The
personal.
Flynn and Gates and Manafort and Agent Orange.
Yep.
That's where the traders are. And so yeah, man, I want it all exposed. I want these cats to
it's
be.
going to be.
And
Look,
Sean
you just wait
Hannity
for
and
time.
Laura Ingraham, all these right wingers on Fox
Yeah.
who know they lying every
Yeah.
night. What's your reason for lying?
Yeah.
Since you so USA
Well,
Yeah.
you
USA
gotta wonder
patriotism.
what they're getting out of it.
Yeah, that's
You
the
have to
question.
wonder
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Well, you know, the other day I was just passing by the channel,
Keep telling me about that.
and here they tell me, oh, well, Clinton, Hillary. That's like
Like
y'all
she's president.
y'all talking about this. I mean, the woman's not even in any
But
kind
in
of
office capacity.
Yeah, no office, no nothing. You know, why are y'all? But see, they don't. Now they can't talk about anything about Trump because they know everything is a lie and everything
Right.
is negative against him. So they'll come. They was one day, man. They was showing something. I said, man, I mean, come on. You know, I mean, how are they showing something like this and all this news
Yeah.
about Trump?
Yeah.
You know, what all this negative news about him and you showing something like
Something else.
this.
Well, they had an ex-military guy, I forget his name now, it doesn't matter, who's been a Fox News propagandist for years, maybe 10 years. And he just quit a couple of days ago. He said, I can't be a part of this network anymore. It's no longer a news network. It's a pure
Cover-up.
propaganda outfit.
Yeah.
And it's doing it for the benefit of the Russians.
Yeah.
I can't be a party to that anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that's the kind of decision that people who have integrity would make if they looked in the mirror and said, come on, man,
I can't live with myself.
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I got a little
that's-
bit more
that's
personal
the issue,
integrity.
you know. You got to be able to wake up in the morning,
And look at yourself.
in the mirror, and be happy with what you see there.
Yeah.
Or else, brother, and I mentioned it here before, and I can say it again. Don't be surprised. Trump is going to be forced to resign. When he is disgraced, he probably will commit suicide. If he doesn't go Paul crazy, he can commit suicide. I'm no prophet, but watch it.
Well,
It wouldn't surprise me either way.
You know,
And if he did or didn't, it wouldn't matter
For
either.
what he's done, to the world, he needs it.
well, look at the other day. He signs this what is it? You know, he signed this thing, this trade thing,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and people saying, wait a minute, man.
we start a war.
Even his own, even
Trade
people
war.
in his own party, man, was saying, wait a minute. And he, you know, but see, to me, he's just trying to do all these things so the news won't be about
Oh yeah.
about these.
About Stormy Daniels
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Miller, it's a diversion.
Yeah.
When his own advisors tell him, man, we don't need a trade war. That's the last thing
Yeah.
you need. Don't sign these tariffs.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna carve out the European Union. I'm gonna carve out Canada. I'm gonna carve out Mexico. I'm gonna carve out this nation over here. Well, what's left? And now you got China saying, all right, player.
Yeah, yeah.
We buy a lot of steel
bring it
and
on,
pork
yeah.
and a whole lot of stuff
Yeah.
you sell.
Yeah.
You really want a trade war?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be another one of those things he back down because the
Yeah.
man's fundamentally a punk.
Yeah.
He's a
But-
coward.
But he
But-
keeps saying a trade war is good. That's necessary.
Yeah, he
The
says a
trouble
lot of
is,
stuff
I
that's
don't even know
stupid.
if he understands what it means.
No, he don't.
Yeah.
When you
no.
talk about a trade
Yeah.
war.
When a fourth grader tells you they're going to drive to Mexico, do you take them seriously?
Yeah. But what bothers me is going back to the black community. I mean, if white folks suffer, we gonna suffer 5 squared. And we have nothing. I mean, you see this big truck coming with this fool behind it, and he cares less about you than he does about his family. I mean, it's just a disaster that's going to be out of control.
It's going to affect it's going to affect us.
Yeah, a biblical proportion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of. I heard matter of fact, a cat I know out of Chicago. You met him. We went to Chicago a
Yeah.
couple months back. Man, I don't pay no attention. They ain't got nothing to do with me. I say, man, wait a minute now. Do you like being able to come to this meeting and freely speak your mind? Do you like to be able to go up and down the street without a military checkpoint? Do you like to be able to go to the store and find that there's food on the shelf? I mean, don't think I'm speaking in hyperbole. The logical end to what Trump wants, which is an authoritarian government, will take away all those things from you. So yeah, you got skin in the game.
Yeah.
You may see this as white folks' business if you want to.
Yeah.
But it involves all of us.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
we all need to be on
Yeah.
our toes about
Yeah,
it.
on
This
point.
cat is an existential danger, man.
Yeah.
He's gonna get it, and we are gonna get it too.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of us don't have the resources to keep us going through it, and therefore you're gonna find many people gonna just buckle under and give in.
Yeah.
We cannot afford to give in at this time or any time to come, because if you give in, you're simply saying, hey, what we go back to, there's a book that's Master Day. Master Day done.
One of the things that we as black people, we're going to survive, because we're surviving people. So we're going to survive. It's going to be tougher, but we're going to survive because we used to surviving, That's simply our blood. We surviving.
We got the
We're
experience.
survivors. So I know, it's going to be tougher, but we're going to make it. It's the ones who out here who, Trump, that's the one going to suffer.
He's disappointed.
Yeah, you're going to be really disappointed. And you were saying a few minutes ago about he might commit suicide. I don't think he would. I don't think he
He's
would.
a coward. Because he's a coward.
Yeah.
Too narcissistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
He's a coward too, but I think he's just too
really
narcissistic, man. He'll go to his grave thinking he didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been getting away with it all my life. Why isn't the
Right.
problem now?
Right.
I really think he might come to the point, if he isn't crazy and they have to restrain him, he might commit suicide. I think so. I might be wrong. It may never happen. But that's how I feel based on the pieces I'm seeing, and you put them together. I think he's headed there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Dennis was saying, we're moving forward, we're beginning to know a little of this, a little of that, every day on the news, a little of this. But what do you think that, I know we only get a little bit out of the news, but what do you think one of the big things that we're going to find out?
I think we're going to find out the extent to which Trump has been owned and compromised by Russian rubles. His entire business model has been dependent on Russian investment since about 2008.
Okay.
He hasn't been able to get a domestic loan here because he doesn't pay people back. You know, there's an article in the Washington Post last summer that talked about how he stiffed all his vendors. You know, the people who did his son's wedding, that did his wedding, that supply the tablecloths, who come in and cook the food. You know, just the regular
The
folks,
casino in Chicago.
the plumbing. Yeah, all those people do the plumbing. He won't pay them. And he has the same business model with these large banks. He'll go to these people and all of a sudden, you know, $100 million loans, he said, I'm not paying that. I need a different interest rate. Well, I'm not paying. So when you see that goes on, but here's what's interesting. He had a $300 million loan, if memory serves me, from Deutsche Bank in Germany. He refused to pay it. Deutsche Bank cut him off, said, that's it, player. Now, Deutsche Bank is already in trouble for giving money or being a money laundering conduit for these Russians. So all of a sudden, after being cut off by Deutsche Bank, he goes overseas with this beauty contest and he starts begging to see Putin and he starts meeting all these oligarchs, and all of a sudden Deutsche Bank says, don't worry about that $300 million. We're going to keep on funding you. So I want to know what happened. I think I know, but I want the chapter verse of what happened to make them change their mind, and why are they under investigation, not only by the European Union, but Mueller. He's already subpoenaed all their papers. There's a lot coming in, so it's going to be financial. Yeah, man, you know, there's some salacious stuff too. But I want everybody to see that not only, you know, Trump once admitted it. He told his daughter, who he's got a freaky thing going for, he told his daughter one day, they were walking up the street, and there was a guy laying on the street, homeless, you know, what a lot of people would call a bum. And Trump said, you know the difference between me and him? And his daughter said, what? He says, he doesn't have $83 billion in debt like me. So in other words, Trump's whole business model is not about making money. It's about being able to get people to give him money, and then he slaps his name on a building that he's not even a developer.
No.
He's a marketer. They build the building, they operate the building, they put his name on it because he used to have cachet when bringing people. Ooh, Trump, luxury, gold, big business. Now people saying, man, take that off the building. You know, you had a big fight down in South America, I believe it was Venezuela, where they were saying, we don't want his name on the building anymore. So yeah, the jig is up. But I just want to see the details of it, to how embarrassing it's going to be for him.
Yeah, we stopped in Belize, and a brother down there said if he comes down here, he ain't leaving.
Is that right?
Yeah, because they can't even get visas to come to America anymore.
They can't?
No, Trump took all that away from him.
Yeah, he's a racist, man.
I know. In last week, one day in last week's paper, man, they was talking about how these people rounding up people. You know, it's like
immigrants.
Yeah, I mean, just rounding them up, man. I forget how many. They said 107 to 1 when Obama was president, and George Bush. But it says that, man, it's just.
You know, Obama was so aggressive, though, Ahmad. The Mexicans used to call him the importer in chief. Exporter in chief, because he did export a lot of Mexico. But he targeted those who weren't gainfully employed, who had committed crimes, who were in the system as a type of felony threat, as opposed to Trump. But you know, something else that's real interesting about what's going on with Trump and this whole immigration thing is how people here on the ground, who's supposed to be Carlos's friend, act when he's gone. There was an article in the Post last week talking about this steakhouse in Indiana, Granger, Indiana. The man was deported, had been here 18 years, business, hiring people, packed every night. Everybody loved good old Carlos, good old Carlos. Well, they exported him.
Yeah.
His wife left him, and they tried to sell the restaurant, man, and they ended up selling it for a song, and now the people who work there are like, who? Carlos who? Yeah. All his customers like, who? Carlos who? They don't give a damn.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.